everyone, this is Karen.
Hello everybody, I'm Shane.
Today we're looking at part 2 of red light,
Blue light.
And the vocabulary words are cells.
Cell.
White blood cells help protect against illnesses.
Dim.
Dim.
Jane looked up at the dim light of distant stars in the night sky.
Function.
Function.
The instrument's main function is to measure the amount of fat in your body.
Why are you pointing at me? Increasingly.
Increasingly.
The citizens of the country are increasingly starting to question their government.
Solution.
Solution.
Running away is not the solution to your problems.
No, hiding is.
Shane!
Oh, no?
No.
Face your problems?
That's right. You gotta face your problems.
What if you have a problem with eyesight?
Well, I guess then you could probably get some red light.
Red light, huh? So last time we were talking about blue light.
That's right.
And how blue light, well, we thought it damaged our eyes, but it probably doesn't damage our eyes. But how does red light help your eyes?
Well, in our eyes, we have two different kind of cells.
Yeah.
Cones and
rods.
That's right.
Okay.
And there has been proven, actually. I think they have a device where if you shine the red light in your eyes once a day, and it will improve the function of the rods and cones.
Wow. Yeah. So in this,
which will help your vision.
Right. So in this study, like people over the age of 40, because of course as you get older, your eyesight gets worse.
That's right.
So there was a 22% increase in the eyesight of people above the age of 40 years old.
So that's pretty promising.
Yeah, and the device is going to be, it's very cheap to make. So when it comes to the market, it's going to be very inexpensive. So for people who are getting older, you'll be able to just shine a red light in your eye once a day, and your cones and rods are going to get more healthy.
That sounds awesome.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm getting old, so I'll need that.
Me too. Okay, enjoy today's lesson, guys.
Enjoy.
Red light, blue light.
Our eyes contain two kinds of cells which process light, rods and cones. Rods are responsible for vision in dim light, while cones allow for vision in bright light. As we age, our rods and cones decrease, and we can suffer vision problems.
Today's lesson is called Red Light, Blue Light, Part 2. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. And yes, we're still talking about the light from our computers, our screens, our televisions as well. You know, that smartphone in your hand. It might give you blue light at night, which we're told is really not so good for you. But in fact, new science says that perhaps blue light is no more dangerous than sunlight. You need to be aware of it, but it might not be damaging your eyes the way we thought before. So that's kind of good news.
It's good. Blue light, it's not the end of the world. Anyways, let's get deeper into things. Let's start talking about some science, okay? Get this, everyone. Our eyes contain two kinds of cells which process light, rods and cones. These are in your eyes. They're kind of amazing. They help you to actually see.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember this from my junior high school science class. Rods and cones. I think the rods pick up the black and white colors, and the cones pick up, well, the colors, what we use both of them to see the world and all its amazing variety that we see it in. But these are cells in our eyes, okay? The eye is the organ that allows us to see, but of course it's made up of all these tiny little things like our body is. And the tiniest thing that we can really talk about in our body is a cell. What is a cell? Well, basically, it's just a tiny unit of a living thing. All living things, from plants to ants to people, are made up of billions and billions of cells, and they're like the little generators in our body. They give us energy, they do things, they create organs, they live, they die, we recreate them all the time. We have cells in our skin which fall off when you cut yourself, the cells will regrow and your skin will heal itself. Cells are really the building blocks of our bodies and all living things. For example, white blood cells help protect against illnesses. Yeah, red blood cells carry oxygen. White blood cells help fight disease. Cells do all sorts of different things, but we're made up of billions of them.
There you go. Now let's move on. It says rods are responsible for vision in dim light.
Oh, that's like the black and white. Okay.
While cones allow for vision in bright light. Rods and cones. Okay. There's the science there. The rods and the cones, like Mike just said there, they're the cells that allow us to see in certain ways. Now, rods, it says, are responsible for vision in dim light. Okay, if something is dim, it's not bright. Okay, let's say you turn on a light. Okay, if that light fills the entire room with light, that's a bright light. If it doesn't let off that much light, you can say that it is dim, and it might be hard to see things if that room is dim, for instance. By the way, this word dim is an adjective. Let's take a look at an example sentence. It says, Jane looked up at the dim light of distant stars in the night sky. Okay, those stars are actually quite bright, but they're really far away, so they are dim or appear to be dim.
That's right. The sun is close, it's bright, but those stars billions of light years away are dim, hard to see, very low light. All right, so let's find out what happens to our eyes as we get older. Well, it says as we reach the break, as we age, or as our bodies get older, as we age, our rods and cones decrease, and we can suffer vision problems. Ah, interesting. So a lot of people know that older folks, their eyes might not work as well as younger people, and that's because the rods and cones, the number of cells in the eyes, go down or decrease, so your vision gets a little bit worse, gets a little harder to see, I guess especially in dim light. Yeah.
Now, let's go ahead and take a short break here, but we'll be back soon.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。以前我们可能都有听过手机荧幕啊、电脑荧幕发出的蓝光会对眼睛造成伤害，但新的研究显示其实不会。那第一天的课文就有提到一种让我们眼睛保持清晰的新方法，可能很快就会上市。我们今天的课程就是要介绍这个新方法。课文一开始提到，我们的眼睛包含两种处理光的细胞，一种是 rod cell 是视感细胞，一种是 cone cell 是视锥细胞。那视感细胞负责在阴暗灯光下的视觉，而视锥细胞则是允许亮光下的视觉。那随着年龄增长，视感细胞和视锥细胞会减少，我们就有可能会罹患视力问题。好，先来看两个单字 cell。Cell 表示细胞是名词 ，Mike 老师提到细胞就有点像微小的那种产生器，它可以再生再造，是我们身体的基本元素。那老师刚刚用到 generator 就表示产生器，它是拼作 Generator，generator 可以表达产生器或是发电机的意思。那么 regrow 在 grow 成长的前面加上 re 就会表达出再生的意思，还有 recreate。在 create 前面加上 re 变成 recreate 可以表达再创造重现的意思。那么还有 building block， 老师说这个 building block 本来是指建筑工程里面那个7块或者一块一块的积木，引申用来表达构成某事物的基本元素、基本要件。下一个单字 dim 是形容昏暗的、暗淡的。那这边还有3个重点，第一个Be responsible for something 表示负责什么、掌管什么。例如 Jeremy is responsible for organizing the party. Jeremy 负责筹划那个派对。好，第二个重点 while 在这边是表达而、然而、却怎么样，是用来对照前后2个不同的事物。例如 While most of the students found the test difficult,She thought it was pretty easy. 大多数的学生都觉得考试很难，而她认为很简单。好，那么第3个重点是 allow for， 在这边是表达允许或是使什么成为可能。例如 The new bridge allows for easy travel to the island. 这座新的桥使得轻松到岛上旅游成为可能，让人们可以轻松到岛上。这句话课文中
Red light, blue light.
Scientists now believe they have discovered a special wavelength of red light that could help to improve the function of the rods and cones and protect our vision as we age. In a recent study, people between the ages of 28 and 72 used a device that shone a special red light into their eyes once a day. At the end of the study, those over the age of 40 showed an average of 22% improvement in cone function and more modest improvements in rod function. The best part is that the device used is simple, safe, and only costs around $15 to make, so it should be quite affordable when it hits the market.
Okay, today, folks, we've been talking about the eye, the science of the eye and how it works. Now, more on science and the eye. Get this, scientists now believe that they have discovered a special wavelength of red light that could help to improve the function of the rods and cones and protect our vision as we age. How about that? That's great. We used to think, you get old, those rods and those cones, they start to die off, you don't see as well. Well, how about this? We've got a special wavelength of red light that could actually help you to see better as you age.
Interesting. So as the rods and cones, as we have fewer of those, normally when older people have problems seeing things, it's because, they have fewer rods and cones. But this special wavelength could help to improve the function of the rods and cones, or we could just say to improve the function of their eyes as we age, or as they age, as people get older. What is it to talk about the function of something? The function of something is its job, what something does. If you go into your friend's kitchen and you see a strange machine sitting there, you say, what is the function of that machine? In other words, what does that machine do? What is its purpose? What is its goal? It is a tool for what? What is its function? For example, the instrument's main function is to measure the amount of fat in your body.
Okay, now more on science and the eye. Very often scientists, they do research or they conduct studies, and right now we're going to learn about a study. In a recent study, people between the ages of 28 and 72 used a device that shone a special red light into their eyes once a day. And no, we're not talking about one of those laser pointer red light things. Don't shine that into your eye. It would not be good. You might go blind.
No, this would be a more gentle light that won't damage the eye, but hopefully will improve the eye, especially for those older people. So what did the study show? It says at the end of the study, those over the age of 40, older people, showed an average of 22% improvement in cone function and more modest improvements in rod function. So basically the test showed that this special red light, this special wavelength of red light, did improve people's eyes, especially older people, up to 22% better with the cone function. So it worked. If they were looking to prove that this light was better, was going to help your eyes and make them better, well, they succeeded.
They succeeded.
Yes.
Success is great. It's a great part of life. But speaking of really good parts of things, the best part of all of this is that the device used is simple, safe, and only costs around $15 to make. So it should be quite affordable when it hits the market. So there you go. Go to the market when this becomes available and snap one up. It won't be that expensive, and it will help you to keep your eyesight there at a good level as you get older. Okay, folks, with that, it's time for us to take another break. But don't go away. We'll be back soon.
现在科学家认为他们发现了一种特殊波长的红光。那有一项研究显示，这种红光可能有助于改善视感和视锥的功能，并且在我们年龄增长的时候可以保护我们的视力。那最棒的是， 它使用的设备很简单、很安全、成本又低，大约只要$15，所以等它上市的时候，应该是可以负担得起的。我们先来看单字 function 是功能的意思。那刚刚 Jeff 老师特别提醒我们，这种红光啊，这个科学家他们说的这种红光跟雷射笔红光是不一样的，所以千万不要拿雷射笔来照自己的眼睛哦。那老师说的 laser pointer 就表示雷射笔，其中的 laser L-A-S-E-R 就表示雷射。介绍课文中
Red light, blue light.
As technology and our lives become increasingly tied together, it is fitting that technology could end up being both the cause of and solution to our vision problems. Who saw that coming?
Okay, we've been talking about science and the eye. Let's go ahead and move on to technology, which is just applied science for the most part. Anyways, as technology and our lives become increasingly tied together, it is fitting that technology could end up being both the cause of and solution to our vision problem. So there you go. Maybe you shouldn't stare at that iPad all the time, although the blue light isn't as bad as we thought it once was. But hey, the technology could cause some problems, but we could also use technology to solve those problems, to improve our eyesight as we get older. Anyways, here we have the adverb increasingly to talk about. This adverb basically means more and more. For example, the citizens of the country are increasingly starting to question their government. Those questions are creeping in more and more. They're increasingly starting to question their government.
It's growing in number.
Growing in number.
And let's look at that word solution. This is a noun, and basically a solution is the answer to a problem. It could be a very direct answer to like a math problem. What's 2 plus 3? 2 plus 3 is 5. The solution to that problem is 5. That's the answer to that question or problem. Or it could be a real world problem. You know, I have to get to the airport and I only have an hour to get there. Well, taking a bus might not be the solution. Calling a taxi or getting a friend to drive you, that's probably a better solution, a better answer to a problem or a way to solve some kind of problem you are facing. Here's a good bit of advice. Running away is not the solution to your problems.
Anyways,
to the article.
Who saw that coming?
Right.
The fact that technology could be a problem, but also a solution to problems as well. How about that? How cool.
There you go.
Anyways, we've got one more question, even though our article is now in the books. It's the what do you think question. Do you usually watch TV or look at your phone before bed? And has the article changed your mind about this habit?
I don't look at my phone before bed because I've heard these reports before. I do think that often when I do look at my phone before bed, I don't sleep that well. Partly that's because when I do look at my phone, I might read the news, and then it gives me things to think about and worry about. So I think that reading a book or just, relaxing, closing your eyes is a better way to relax before bedtime.
I couldn't have possibly said it any better myself.
And don't play video games. Too exciting.
Bad idea. Yeah. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Take care of those eyes.
See you next time.
课文最后写到，随着科技跟我们的生活越来越紧密的联系在一起，科技既可以是我们视力问题的根源，又可以是解决方法，这件事情是很恰当的。我们先来看两个单字 ，increasingly。这个副词它表示越来越多，逐渐增加的。那么 solution 它表示解决办法、解决方案。我们通常会用 a solution 或是 the solution 搭配 to 再加名词去表达什么什么的解决方法。那最后来看三个重点。第一个连接词 as 在这边是引导时间副词子句去表达随着或是当什么什么的时候。例如 The doorbell rang as she walked up the stairs. 当她走上楼的时候，门铃响了。第二个重点 it's fitting 加上 that 子句表示什么什么是很适合的。那么以虚主词 it 来代替 that 子句。那这边呢，我们的 fitting 就是去形容 that 子句这件事情呢是适当的、合适的。例如 It's fitting that Roger was chosen to play the role. Roger 获选饰演那个角色是很适合的。第三个重点 end up 是表达最后怎么样，结果是怎么样。那它是不及物用法，后面要接补语。这个补语可以是形容词、现在分词、过去分词、介系词、片语等等。举例来说 ，Although she studied law, she ended up working in the travel industry. 虽然她念的是法律，但她最后却是在旅游业工作。好，以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 各位同学，大家好，我是季安老师。我们来看一下今天的简短独白。先看一下题目 ：What does ergonomics Inc. sell？Ergonomics 是这个人体工学啦，就是说这个笔很好握啦，或者是这个椅子很好坐啦，哈，这些东西人体工学的东西啊。所以它是干嘛？卖 kitchen, medical, office furniture 还是 computers？ 不知道，看了才知道，听了才知道。第二题 ，How much does Ergonomics Inc. charge for its consultation？ 哦，他给你这个问题，顾问费用怎么算？ It charges a lot， 很多钱。It's negotiable， 可以瞧的。It doesn't charge much， 没有太贵，还是 charges nothing， 免费，这么好。第三 ，What problem does Ergonomics Inc. claim to address？ 他们呢声称了要解决什么样的问题啊 ？Address a problem， 要解决这样的一个问题啊。Claim to 声称，它是干嘛？Physical discomfort，OK， 这个身体上面的不舒服啊。Comfort 是舒服嘛，这边加一个 dis， 那就变成否定的意思咯。Discomfort。B headaches caused by loud noises，OK， 大声造成的这个头痛。还是 C 呢 ？Psychological stress， 心理的压力。最后 computer virus attacks， 电脑的病毒攻击。那我们来听一下到底是哪一个哦。
Do you feel back pain after sitting in your office chair all day? Does your wrist hurt after typing on your computer for hours? Then you should contact Ergonomics Inc., the leading provider of ergonomic furniture in the New York City area. We'll arrange a free consultation at your office to discuss what kinds of changes you need to make for your workstation to feel more comfortable. Call us today at 212-753-9000 or email us at ted@ergonomics.com to arrange an appointment.Because you deserve to work comfortably.
Because you deserve to work comfortably. 对，因为您值得。OK， 所以这三题呢，答案是什么呢？第一个，他卖的是 office furniture。OK， 再来呢，他多少钱 ？Charges nothing。等一下我会找出来给你们听出来啊。那第三个，它解决就是你身体的不适、身体的不舒服。那我们再听一次。
Do you feel back pain after sitting in your office chair?Do
you feel back pain after sitting in your office chair？ 怎么样？整天坐在办公室的椅子上，你是不是背会痛？你讲这句话就是要卖东西嘛，对不对 ？OK， 所以他说你会不会背痛的问题啊？第三题是不是答案就出来了 ？Physical discomfort。你如果没有那么大胆的话，就继续往下听。
All day? Does your wrist hurt after typing on your computer for hours? Then you should contact Ergonomics Inc., the leading provider of ergonomic furniture
in...Furniture leading provider of ergonomic furniture 符合人体工学的家具哦，所以呢，答案就是 B 咯。
The New York City area. We'll arrange a free consultation at your office.
好 ，free consultation at your office， 我们可以到你的办公室呢做一个免费的咨询 ，free consultation。所以第二题 B 第二题猪 ，it charges nothing， 什么都不花。
To discuss what kinds of changes you need to make for your workstation to feel more comfortable.
那后面就说会让你觉得比较舒服啦，干嘛干嘛，所以第三题答案是 physical discomfort。所以从头到尾其实有很多个地方可以找出来嘛。To make you feel more comfortable. Do you feel back pain after sitting in an office chair all day? 你会讲这个就是你要解决人家的问题了嘛，是不是？好，以上是我们今天的课程内容，我是季安老师，我们下堂课见，拜拜。
See you next time!